Back with Richie Sambora, and we spoke about his new single earlier. Why the title of the CD?
Yeah, Aftermath of the Lowdown. What does that mean?
Aftermath of the Lowdown. Well, you know, I wanted to make an authentic record. I did this behemoth Bon Jovi tour. It was like 52 countries and 18 and a half months.
Wow.
And I got done with it, and I was just very, very energized. You think I'd have been really tired? I was really energized. I started writing some songs, and they started taking shape. And it was kind of like a retrospective look back on my life over the past 7 years, and Lord knows I've had some ups and downs.
Yeah,
And I've been tabloid fodder for y'all, you know.
I mean, there
Everybody's
has
been seeing who I've been with and who I haven't been with, right? But so, you know, I started looking back at my life, and I said, you know, I'm gonna just get into that, write about that, you know? Because this way people get to know me. There's not really much between me and the music on this record.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, there's this big rock star, like, perception out there, and I just kind of wanted to dispel that and say, hey, look, you heard that jamming, right?
Right.
That's real.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
That was
That's real stuff. I do that every day. You know, that's my thing. That's my job.
But wouldn't you agree that your job is so much cooler than everybody else's job?
I recommend it highly. It's good work if you can get it.
I mean, it really is.
Because I'm watching you perform, and I'm like, God, I just want to play the guitar. Just the facial
Yeah,
expressions, man.
we were
The
just air
sleeveless
guitaring.
shirt,
Yeah.
the button down here, and you're like, I'm like, my man is feeling it.
That's when I really wanted to play guitar. It was like when you watch Jimi Hendrix play, Jimmy Page play, Eric Clapton play. I mean, basically, it's about like getting out there and losing yourself. I don't know what faces I'm making. You guys do.
Right.
You know, I tried to stop, and it don't work.
Right.
I swear to God, it just don't work, man.
Who do you love to play with? Like, if you get together with a group of people and
These guys right here.
These guys here, yeah.
Yeah, no, these guys are the most accomplished musicians, and they're masters.
Yeah.
And when we got together to make this record, we became a band very, very quickly. Not an easy thing to do.
Can I ask another question? You smell so good. What cologne are you wearing?
It's Boucheron, it's fresh cologne.
Gosh, it smells so good.
You know, you'll have to go through Paris.
I mean, I noticed, but I didn't want to say it. I mean, a little uncomfortable.
Well, Michael smells pretty. You smell very good.
Oh, thank you.
But
When
you're writing a song for your solo album, is that different from when you write songs for Bon Jovi?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, you know, when I get together with John, I mean, you know, John and I have written all the hits of Living on a Prayer and One of Their Lives, you know, I'll Be There For You, many, many number ones. It's an amalgamation of our energies and push and pull of that. I kind of call it like a healthy debate, you know. But when I'm writing for me, it's more or less, it's my story.
Right.
You know, and I try to find the commonality in humanity, because we all go through ups and downs. I mean, you know, hey man, it's like I went through a really bad period about 7 years ago. My dad was dying of cancer.
Yeah.
I got divorced. I had to become a single parent. I was having some substance abuse problems that I was fighting also. And so I was at a low point. But men, we don't learn unless there's pain. Otherwise,
my gosh, that is so true.
No, let's check it out, man. Hey, if things are hunky-dory, you know what we're going to do? We're going to watch football and drink beer. That's what we're going to do. We're going to enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's true, man. But when something happens, that masculine kicks in. When there's a pain, when something happens and the masculine kicks in, and then you got to address it, and that's what happened. And basically, this record, when you asked me about the title again, I'll kind of double back to that. The lowdown is the truth, right? Especially on the East Coast. Someone gives you the lowdown. That's the truth.
Right.
When you tell somebody the truth, there's a specific aftermath to that. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. My life was the truth, and the songs were the aftermath of what that was. So I kind of just try to relate to people through my own life experience.
So when you go on tour and it's your solo tour.
Yeah.
Is that easier than having to share, say, a dressing room with John Bon Jovi?
No. You know what? It's just different, man. It's just different. You know, I've been a lead singer in all the bands I was in before I got into Bon Jovi, so I kind of miss it. But, you know, it's like, in this day and age, especially, you go, you know, to be a working musician, to get out there and to be able to feed your family is a miracle in today's day and time.
It's incredible,
But then you look at a guy like me, who's been selling out stadiums now for the past 25 years. If I ever complained, I would be a real butthole, wouldn't I? Let's face it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I try to...
But it's changed, though. The music industry has changed so much. I mean, it's like, if somebody's trying to get into music now, it's such a different game back when you started.
It's hard. You know, it's really hard because it comes from a purely financial thing. I mean, when you get out there, record companies aren't giving those big advances anymore.
Right.
You know, so you can't get your business started because there is the business of music.
Right.
And you know, one of the things that attracted me to John when we first started together, and we were both in our early 20s, is that we were businessmen. I mean, I had my own independent label before I met John.
Wow.
So, and I had 2 failed record deals before that also. So, you know, I mean, I've been through it and around the block and back a few times.
Well, you have such nice hair. I mean, you and John have really nice hair. Do you fight over hair products when you're on tour with him? I'm just, there's no way you can make your hair look so...
You know what? I don't do that much, man. I put some of that mousse stuff, not mousse like mud or something. I don't know.
You just run it.
I just kind of run it, and then I just blow dry it, and there you go.
Gorgeous.
And well, how do you stay in shape when you're on the road? Because I know the schedule's hectic.
Yeah, no, man, I'll tell you what. At our age, you know, you get on the road, 18 months in 52 countries. We got a trainer that comes along with us. We got a chiropractor, acupuncture. You know, we treat it like a very athletic event.
Yeah, you would have to.
You have to, because, you know, you're traveling, you got time changes, you know, you're out there and, you know, you got to turn on 70,000 people every night. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's a great job, but it'll take a lot out of you. I work out on show days too, man.
Your European tour is already sold out.
Yeah, my tour, yeah. We
sold
put
out.
it out about a week ago. Thank you.
It's huge.
Yeah, it sold out the first day of pre-sale.
Where's your best audience? Where do they get you the most?
You know-
Besides New Jersey, of course.
You know, to be honest with you, it's been an international thing. When we were very young, we've seeded the world. We went out and played, even when people didn't want to hear us, we made sure that we were playing in everybody's backyard. And then when we had a hit, then the flowers grew in that garden, baby. I mean, it was jamming at that point.
It was really amazing because you guys have been going, like I said, 25 years.
30.
30 years.
Yeah, we're going to have our 30th anniversary in March.
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
Which is really, but, you know, I once heard you worked for a job with Kiss.
I did. Yeah, they wanted me to be in the band, and I actually auditioned. But at the time, I was, you know, I was in like 4 or 5 bands at the same time. I was
Who
trying.
would you have been? With the tongue or with the star on your face?
No, I was going to replace Ace. I think they were looking for a new band at that time. But you know what? Honestly, I didn't know enough about them. I come from a different background of music. I come from a more of a modern-day blues-based, Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin. That's the way I kind of grew up. Obviously, from a songwriting standpoint, Bob Dylan and the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and, you know, those kind of guys. So I didn't really fit in. I really didn't fit in. But when I got back from that trip, I ran into this club, and I walked in and I see John play in this club, and I said, wow, that kid's a star. I knew it immediately. And I never do this. I was like 23 at the time, you know, and I had my own independent label. Maybe I might have fancied him signing to my label, you know, or something.
Right.
But I just said, hey, look, I'm Richie Sambora. You know, he heard of me and this, that, and I said, you know, maybe you'd call me someday and we'd get together and jam. And about 2 weeks later, he called me, and then rest is history.
I mean, it really is. I feel like I was there from the beginning. Being in New Jersey, I really feel like I was there from the beginning.
Yeah,
so I'm like, look at how far we've all come. But anyway.
Well, you look a lot better than us.
No, I wasn't on the road for 25 years. 30. Listen, Richie Sambora's new CD is available now. Go get it. It is incredible music. It is actually music that you can listen to played by a band. Thank you so much. Always so happy to see you.
Everybody.
Richie Sambora.
Richie Sambora.
Have a great weekend,
Have a great
everybody.
weekend.
Take care. Bye.